Hello, my name is Navneet Kaur Sohal and I am a student in the Department of Bioscience Technology at Holland College. Today I am excited to share my research on the anti-cancer effects of kefir-derived probiotics, specifically lactobacillus strains on triple-negative breast cancer cells. Triple-negative breast cancer is one of the most aggressive and difficult to treat forms of breast cancer with limited targeted therapies available. This led me to explore natural probiotic based alternative, specially focusing on kefir, which is a fermented dairy product rich in beneficial bacteria. So, probiotic like lactobacillus are known for their gut health benefits, but emerging research suggests they might also play a role in cancer suppression. These bacteria can produce compounds like short chain fatty acid, phenolics, and bacteriocins that help modulate immune responses, induce apoptosis, and reduce tumor growth. Kefir, in particular, offers a diverse microbial profile, and previous studies have linked it with tumor size reduction in preclinical models. However, very little is known about how kefir derived lactobacillus specifically affects triple negative breast cancer cells like the MDA MB231 cell line. So, my hypothesis was lactobacillus supernatant isolated from kefir would exhibit cytotoxic effect and induce apoptosis in breast cancer cells. So this project had three main objectives. First was to isolate lactobacillus strains from kefir. Second was to evaluate the phenolic content, antioxidant activity, and fatty acid profile. The third was to determine the cytotoxic and apoptotic effect of the cell-free supernatant on breast cancer cells. So it started with I isolated lactobacillus using MRS agar and broth confirmed through gram staining. From the bacterial culture, I prepared cell-free supernatant and analyzed that for phenolic content using FNC assay, antioxidant activity with DPPH assay, fatty acid composition through gas chromatography, FAME ionization detector analysis. For biological testing, I treated MDMB231 cells with different concentrations of cell-free supernatant, which was likely from 10% to 50% volume by volume, and used MTT assay to measure cell viability at different time points of 24, 48, and 72 hours. Additionally, I used DAPI staining to detect apoptosis based on nuclear morphology. The DAPI staining was performed based on the MTT result, and it was performed after 48 hours of treatment. So the results were quite promising. The total phenolic content was high, around 376 microgram per ml gallic acid equivalent, and antioxidant activity measured was 92.4 microgram per ml gallic acid equivalent, which indicated a rich bioactive profile. Gas chromatography revealed key fatty acids like palmitoleic acid and DHA, both known for their anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. Interestingly, I also found unidentified peaks suggesting the presence of bioactive compound which is worth exploring further. So, in terms of cytotoxicity, the cell-free supernatant significantly reduced cancer cell viability in dose and time dependent manner. At higher concentration and longer exposure time, cell viability dropped to as low as 4 to 5% compared to untreated cell. But notably, the MRS broth used as a control also shows some mild cytotoxicity, which highlights the importance of carefully selecting vehicle controls in probiotic studies, because I guess MRS broth is interfering the cancer cells and their doses. Finally, DAPI staining confirmed apoptosis with 20% cell-free supernatant treatment showing 11% apoptotic cells compared to less than 2% in untreated cells. In conclusion, this study showed the kefir derived lactobacillus supernatant has significant anti cancer potential. They reduce cell viability and induce apoptosis in breast cancer cells. So, moving forward, identifying the unknown metabolites responsible for these effects using advanced techniques like mass spectrometry, exploring mechanism of apoptosis, and researching clinical trials or go through the clinical studies for in vivo validation. So, at last, I would like to sincerely thank my professors Jesse, Marla, Crystal, and Mike for their incredible support and guidance throughout this research. Thank you for watching. I hope this study sparks more interest in therapeutic potential of probiotic based cancer treatment. Thank you so much.